Marc-Andre Fleury, one of the best goaltenders in the league, one of the most athletic, one of the most focused, one of the funniest goalies in the league if you look at the pranks he's played on his teammates, taking the tires off of their car, bubble wrapping all their equipment, things like that. Also, never backing down from a fight. Love this from Fleury multiple times in his career, very politely dropping his gloves and helmet to the ice. He's done this at least 2 times that I've seen, and the refs never seem to want to let him go, unfortunately. Maybe because he's a star, maybe because his name is the Flower. He's certainly got balls. Take a look at this play. Yeah, plenty of balls there, so this guy's ready for it at all times. He's got the talent, he's a great personality, and I think this might be his last season. So before he says goodnight and walks down this tunnel for the very last time, I wanted to do a tribute to his 2009 Stanley Cup securing save. And this is the best footage I could find of it. We're going to play at full speed once. I'll let you take a look at the magnificence here, and then we're going to slow it way down and break down this play from a goaltending perspective. Was he perfect? Was he off? Did he have to make a desperate save? Let's take a look. Alright, let's look at the slow-mo replay. So we get the face-off. Fleury's at the top of his crease in his stance, watching this puck. Goes out to the point. He's going to make a little bit of adjustment, keep his feet set at the top of the crease. Option in front of him here, so he keeps good depth. Now this puck comes at him and gets blocked. He's going to butterfly for this potential initial shot. Once it gets blocked, he stands right up to get dynamic again. Love that. Then the butterfly again for the save. It's right off his pad. Nothing he can do about that rebound. He gets a half of an angle change, then pushes, realizes he's not going to get there in time and has to lean that chest over the top of his pad to cover the top corner of the net. Now notice I said half of an angle change. He played this a little bit too quick, and that's why he had to throw his chest over his hips at the end. I'm going to show you this again. Now pay close attention to where Marc-Andre changes his angle and pushes. He goes flat across his crease, and he's actually not getting the angle all the way back to his post. He starts to push before he's going back to his post, meaning he's on a vector straight across his crease rather than right back to his post, which would give him the shortest travel distance. Here's Jacob Dobbs going right back to his post twice on a bang-bang play. The reason we cut our angle all the way back to our post when the puck crosses the center line of our net like this is to lower our travel distance to the shortest possible distance it takes to get our chest on angle. I'm going to take you to the whiteboard real quick and show you exactly how that works. So I'm going to draw for you 2 goaltenders on the same play, playing it a little bit differently. First, we need a starting position. So the puck on the left is what we're playing. The top of my eraser will always be the size of the goaltender. So our red goaltender is in the proper starting position. We're going to pretend that the puck gets passed from here all the way to the puck on the right side of the whiteboard. So now how do we get to this puck? Remember, as a goaltender, you can only travel in a straight line once your angle is set. That's the nature of your skate blades. So we have to set our angle with a little C-cut like I draw here. We flip our angle and then start pushing. And this red goaltender is going to go straight back to the post. So we'll track the travel distance of his right skate after the angle change straight back to his post on that red dotted line. I'm going to draw you a blue goaltender now, who does not cut his angle as sharp. The blue goaltender is going to cut straight across his crease, a lot more like Marc-Andre Fleury. We'll track his travel distance of his right boot as well. So once we draw their travel distances, we can erase the rest of the play so we can measure accurately, and I'm going to measure in Rice Krispie treats. You can see our goaltender that pushed back to the post, the red goaltender, actually ends up with exactly 1 Rice Krispie treat of travel distance, but the goaltender who pushed flat has 1.15 Rice Krispie treats of travel distance. So when the puck goes across the center line of our net, we can choose to take our angle straight back to our post. This gives us the shortest travel distance and travel time, but gives us the least depth at the landing point, while keeping depth gives us a higher travel distance. But obviously, if we get all the way to where we're going, we have the advantage of having more depth. Trying to keep your depth like this will usually land you short of where you need to be and flat on your angle. Marc-Andre Fleury actually realizes that his chest is too flat and too far away to stop this puck, and as he's getting to the lane he needs to get to, he realizes he's not going to get there in time as the puck is being shot and just leans that chest into the rest of the lane, showing an excellent understanding of box control. So let's answer our question, how exactly did Marc-Andre Fleury win the Stanley Cup for his team in 2009 here? Shot from the point, he butterflies, it gets blocked again, he gets up immediately, remaining dynamic. We love that, always back to the feet if you can. Now he gets the shot, it goes off the right pad, he reads in and reads out very well. He gets half of an angle change, he's going to end up pushing flat across his crease because of that. His pushes are strong, his pushes are good. He realizes that his chest is too flat and too far away from the lane it needs to be in as that puck is being shot, and so he just leans it, desperation mode, over his hips to try to fill the rest of that lane. He is able to get it done, the puck hits him, and the Penguins are the 2009 Stanley Cup champions. Let's rate the play and the setup real quick. For the play, I'm going to give him a B+, ladies and gentlemen. I think if he had cut his full angle first, that save may have been easier for him. His travel distance would have been shorter, but on a fast play like that, that is one of the downfalls you can run into. You feel like you have to just get there in time, and so you start pushing halfway through your angle change and you end up pushing flat. Because he pushed flat, his chest angle was flat for the puck as he was getting to where he needed to be, and his travel distance to fulfill the lane he needed to fill was further than it could have been. So instead, he uses his excellent understanding of goaltending, box control, and angles to just throw his chest exactly where it needs to be right at the moment that puck is shot. Excellent understanding. Everything but that angle change was perfect. Everything was strong. His edges were solid. Marc-Andre Fleury, one of the best of all time, winning the Stanley Cup in this video. And for the pad setup, let's throw it to Dave Braveshave, our resident Gundam expert. What do you think of these pads, Dave?
I'm not seeing much of there isn't much of an art direction to it. I'm not seeing much of, the only thing that really is tying it together are these little, microscopic gold lines that you see on these pads here.
What would you rate it on a scale 1 to 5?
At best, a 2. 2 Marc-Andre Fleury's out of 5.
All right, 2 Marc-Andre Fleury's out of 5 Marc-Andre Fleury's. Is there he's worn a lot of pads over the years. Is there a setup of his that you perhaps appreciate?
Right. Do you want to look at something like this? Right. Something super safe. It's just black and white practically with gold. A little touch of gold in there. Is that really what we want to do? Right? Or do you want something way over the top, something crazy? Something like, I don't know, the fucking atomic skull, baby. Pull him up. Put him side by side. Look at this guy. He's sitting here. He's gold. He's green. He's looking ready. You can't take your eyes off of him. If I'm shooting at him because what the hell else can I even look at? Like what?
You might be frightened when you
see.
Do you think you'd be frightened when you looked up and it was just that much yellow in your visual field?
Listen, I think if I'm a comic reader, okay, and I see something that looks like that, something that looks like the Albert Michaels incarnation of Atomic Skull staring at me, from Superman. Okay, Superman had to fight this guy, okay? I don't got a chance. I can try and shoot my puck, but I'm not going to get it in, I don't think. It's going to shake me in my boots a little.